Where did the moon come from, and where will we go when the Earth explodes? Find out on this edition of Notes from the Fringe. It is Monday, November 24th, 2025, and this is Notes from the Fringe, your daily update in high strangeness, brought to you by the Caffeinated Cryptid Podcast Network. Well, folks, it is Thanksgiving week. I can already smell the food. Some of my family's already cooking it. I've already sampled a little bit of it, so yeah, I'm pretty pumped. So while you're thinking about that food, and hopefully if you're lucky as I am sampling some of it already, give me a like. Hit that share button and leave me a comment if you feel like it. My goal is 100,000 subscribers or followers on every app I have, so I need you, the algorithm needs you, do your thing, let's make this happen. So for those of you who may be new to this, I just do a daily 5 to 10 minute update in high strangeness, a cool fun article that I found, and maybe a fun fact, I don't know. And that's what I'm going to do today. So, and it's basically how I describe it is this is kind of your bathroom reader, in place of a magazine like we used to use, or since I put it on audio apps, it can be your little assistance while you commute. And because if you have Spotify or Apple Podcasts or several other ones, you can listen to this on audio as well. It's on there. I promise. Check it out. Anyway, just today's fun fact, not really a fun fact, but Saturday, which is yesterday when I record, the 22nd of November was the 62nd anniversary of the assassination of JFK, and I did a little video on that, and as I look back, my video's purpose, I was asking everybody where they were the day that they found out that JFK was assassinated, and how it was the 62nd anniversary. What I didn't really think about was anybody who was old enough to really have a memory of where they were that day would have been neighborhood of 10 years old or more, and so I'm looking at 70-year-olds or more to comment, and didn't really think that one through. But yeah, I was hoping to get some comments. Haven't got one damn comment on that video. So check it out and give me a comment if you haven't. It's the next one down. If you just scroll, if you're on my channel, just whoop, the next one down. You can't miss it. And since we're on the subject, what do you think happened to JFK? Who did it? Just throw that in the comments as well. Now, let's get to the this morning's subject. This comes from a couple of, let's see, I got it on my little screen behind you there. A couple of little recent ScienceDaily.com articles. The first one is about the origins of the moon, and the going hypothesis / theory, I don't know which one it qualifies for, is that a planet called Theia ran into the Earth and made the moon. And here's a brief rundown of those events. About 4.5 billion years ago, the Earth got absolutely wrecked when it collided with a protoplanet called Theia. It was a collision so powerful that it changed our planet and thusly created the moon. Now scientists think they have finally found where Theia came from. By studying ultra-precise iron and isotopes from Earth rocks and Apollo rocks brought back from moon rocks brought back from the Apollo mission, they discovered fingerprints of a world that was even closer to the sun than our own Earth. And here's the wild part. Theia's chemistry doesn't match anything known in our meteorite catalog. Theia was a true one-of-a-kind neighbor, formed right beside us, before the two worlds finally collided and changed the solar system forever. Basically, the discovery is that Theia was a planet very near to us, very close, in between us and the sun. I don't know if it was between Venus and Mercury and the sun, but it was close to us. That's why it came in and, kablooey! Anyway, it made the moon. And I think I've read in the past when I covered this subject or when I've studied this subject a little bit, that's why the Pacific Ocean is so deep, because that's the side it collided on. And so deep and, wide. And that's why, you've heard of Point Nemo. It's just, you get it, the Pacific Ocean specifically is big. And I think that Theia crashing in and scooping it out is what caused the moon. And that's why it's such a big area with nothing in it. On to other news. Scientists think they have found a planet that we can go to if the Earth becomes inhabitable. Got that going for us. Scientists just found a new super Earth 20 light years away. It's called GJ251c, a rocky world 4 times our size, sitting right in the Goldilocks zone. They were finally able to confirm that the planet was actually there by 20 years of watching the star, wobble like a Saturday night drunk. With the current advancements in our technology, within the next decade, we should be able to check that planet and its atmosphere to see if it can inhabit life and if it currently inhabits life. The good news, of course, is that if this planet fails or becomes uninhabitable, we have a planet we can all move to and pretend like this never happened. The bad news is it will take about 300,000 years to get there using our current technology, give or take a couple thousand years. That's not bad, is it? This kind of brings up that whole thing, I did a little estimate when I was doing this research on this particular article that, 300,000 years to get 20 light years, 350,000, 400,000. If we did do our current, with our current tech, if we loaded up a ship full of people, made them sleep, and like, we're going to send you there and re-inhabit the human race. By the time they got there in 300,000 years, human race would have advanced so far that we could have travel that would beat them there, and they would have civilization they would have a civilization to live in once they got to this planet they were going to civilize, if the Earth survived long enough to do that. But I think if we were doing a lifeboat ship like that, we'd know that the Earth is pretty much F'd in the A. So maybe it's not what happened, but if it did happen, if we decided to inhabit it today with no danger to Earth, by the time they got there, our technology would advance enough to already have a civilization there. That's crazy. Crazy to think about. I love thinking about things like that. That's kind of I'm going to bring up the Passengers movie again, and also the subplot of the show Three Body Problem, which I really love. So yeah, we got that. So what does everybody think about these two little articles? We got the moon used to be a planet, and there's another planet we can go to if we screw this one up. It'll only take 300,000 years to get there. That's just it'll be over. It'll go by like that. What do you think? So no merch of the week this week, but just check out the merch store. The link is in the bio. I have several t-shirts. I have the mug. I'm designing some t-shirts with Canva right now. I'm trying not to use AI to do it because I think those designs are kind of corny and they're all starting to run the same. But I may use AI to begin my process just to get my brain's picture out there and then design around there. But I've got some cool t-shirts coming. Check it out. I got a couple of mugs, got a couple of t-shirts. The merch link is going to be in the description or in the bio, however you listen to it. So give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't. My goal is 100,000 subscribers on every app I have. So check those out and share with your friends. Sharing is caring. See you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving week. I don't know how many episodes I'm going to do this week, but definitely be tomorrow and today and probably Wednesday and maybe one day this weekend. Anyway, see everybody later. Hit that like button. Peace out.